Toucan Play That Game is proudly sponsored by NiceGameShop.com, the place to go for rare and unusual Asian games. Rogue's going to go 1, discard a Guernsey for $2, and then visit the job market. Rogue will pay $5 for an engineer, which allows her to discard a jersey to move her certificate cube down 2 spaces. And then she'll pay $9 to get a builder, which would allow her to build a building at extra cost, but she doesn't have the dollars to do it. And I'm then going to go here, discard Black Angus for $2, and visit the cattle market with $16. And 4 cowboys means I can spend $6 to get me a longhorn. And then draw a new card, which is another Black Angus. Rogue's going to go here and get $4. I'm then going to go 1, discard 2 jerseys, giving me $4. I'll pay the 7 to remove a water hazard that will get me 4 points. Rogue's going to go here, discard a Dutch belt for $2, and then pay $8 this here. And she then needs to shuffle and draw another card. Then my go, I'm going to drop down here because I currently have a handful of Guernseys, so getting rid of one of those for 4 money sounds like a very good thing right now. And I can then visit the cattle market with 11 money and 4 cowboys, so I'm going to pick up a longhorn for $6. And I then draw another card. Oh, and I drew the longhorn I bought previously. Rogue's then going to go 1, 2, she has no money so she doesn't have to pay me. And she can't move her certificate, so I think what she's going to do is take an objective and... I mean, she's quite a long way off that. She's not got many cowboys. So I think she's going to take one of these 2 here, which goes to her discard pile, and we draw a new one. Then we also need to move her engine 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go 1, 2 to Kansas. And I'm going to put out desert obstacle or hazard. And cowboy or cowboy or engineer. Now I probably don't need any more cowboys out there, so I'm gonna go engineer, I think, because we're gonna have a cowboy anyway. Then cards. Well, got duplicate on the Guernsey, but otherwise everything unique, so 15. And then going to a city, so I'm going to place a white from my take $1 and go in San Diego here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, so it costs me $5. Then refilling here, so blue TP, worker, build a guy. And my new hand of 6 cards, we get West Highland, Holstein, Jersey, Black Angus, Jersey, and Jersey. So 3 jerseys, which we need to get rid of, but otherwise not a bad hand. Rogue's going to just move the 1. Then discard a Holstein to get $10. And for her auxiliary action, she's just going to take $2 more. Then my go, and despite not having a Guernsey, I'm going to go here so I can go to the job market and pay $6 for this cowboy. Rogue then go 1, discard 2 Black Angus for $3. and move one here. She doesn't have any more Black Angus, so she can't get the $2, but she'll go to the cattle market. And with her one cowboy, we'll spend $6 to get the Ayrshire. I'm then going to go 1, 2, 3. So I have to pay Rogue $2 for that. But I then get $4 from my building. Rogue's then going to go 1, 2, and discard a pair of jerseys, giving her $4. And then she's not going to pay the 7 to take hazard off. I'm going to move the 1 to go here, and that'll move my engine 1. Then take this objective here for my discards. Rogue's then going to move 1, allowing her to hire for 1 less dollar. So she'll pay $5 for this builder guy. And her engine can go up to 5, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3 into the offset bit, outlet. And she's going to put a token in the station, which she's going to take from her movement. So it costs her $6, and then she gets $3 back for removing the token. I'm then going to go here, discard 2 jerseys for free money, then move here and trade with the Indians. So I'll take this TP, which will get me $4, and I can then do auxiliary action, which will be take $2. Rogue's then going to go here, use her auxiliary action to get $2, and move her engine 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she'll pay the $5 to place a token in there, which again is going to come from her movement, giving her 3 victory points. I'm then going to move here, discard a Black Angus to get $2, and visit the cattle market. And with 5 cowboys, I'm going to spend $8 to get me 2 West Highlands. And drawing up, oh, a 3rd jersey. Rogue then moves into Kansas, and she's going to put out the rock slide. And I mean, whatever she puts is going to be pretty expensive at this point. She needs cowboys more than I do, so she doesn't want to make cowboys expensive. She's pretty good on builders, plus there's a loadout already. So I think she's going to go for the builder. And then again, the builder, which pushes the token over the line. So we refresh our cattle market. So we need 5 more cards. Okay, so got 2 of those. Oh, and then a load more longhorns. Then her herd value is only 9 because that's a duplicate, but she has 3 certificates that she'll use to make it up to 12. And she'll take the token off of her hand size, which is going to cost her $5, which she's going to place in El Paso, and that's not going to cost her anything because she's practically the other side of the world from it right now. Then we refill the foresight track, and she draws her hand back up to 6 cards now. I'm then going to go 1, 2, and for going here I have to pay $2 to the bank. And then here I'm going to discard a pair of jerseys for $4, and then pay the $7 in order to remove this hazard. Rogue will then go there and discard a Guernsey for $2 and go to the job market, where she'll pick up an engineer for 8. That will allow her to discard a jersey for $4. And she then only has 4 cards in hand, so she needs to shuffle her discard pile to draw 2 more cards. And I'll go 1. I don't have a Guernsey to discard, but I will go to the cattle market. And I'll use 1 cowboy of my 5 to draw 2 cards. And we get... not what I was hoping for. So So with my remaining 4 cowboys, I'll spend $6 to get a Texas Longhorn. And Rogue will go 1, 2, discard Dutch belt for $2, and pay $10 to replace this level 2 building with this level 7. I'm then going to go 1, 2 to Kansas. So, I guess I'll put out a blue TP. Oh, and I guess I'll put out a cowboy. And, I now have a choice, cowboy or engineer. Well, I could do with a cheap engineer, and that's not going to help Rogue at all. So let's go with a cheap engineer, because it's only going to cost 6. And we've not got many visits to Kansas left. So my herd value is 10, 15. So I'll use 1 certificate to make it up to 16. As that will then allow me to place a black bordered token. So I'll go for this one, giving me $3. Placing it in Sacramento, number 16 here, costing me $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. And we refill the foresight track. So we've got water hazard, an engineer, and an engineer. And drawing 6 cards, we've got 1 and shuffling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got an objective here. A pair of Guernseys, not great. But the objective isn't a big deal because I'm fairly sure we're meeting that already. Rogue is going to go 1, paying the 1 coin she has to the bank. 2, 3, 4. She could move 1 more, but she's not going to. She's going to stop there. And then, because she's there, she will do phase B, which allows her to do an auxiliary action, which can get her $1. And she will then play an objective card from her hand. This is going to go down in her play area, and this allows her to do a double auxiliary action, which is just going to be get money, so she's going to get $2 more. Now, this is a risky move for her because she hasn't yet got a token in San Francisco. So this could be minus 3 points at the end of the game. Back to me, I'm going to go 1, discard Guernsey for $2, and visit the job market, where I'll pick up a cowboy for $6 and an engineer for $8. And the cowboy allows me to trade with the Indians. So I'll take a blue TP, getting me $4. And the engineer allows me to discard a jersey to move my certificate down 1. And before we move into phase C of drawing cards, I'm going to play this objective card, which will allow me to move 3 spaces, ignoring hands. I don't then carry out the action for the space I end up on. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. Then step 3 in drawing cards. So we've got 3, so we need 3 more. We've got a West Highland, and a jersey. So the least useful there is one of those West Highlands. But not looking too bad. We've got 11, 12 value. Rogue will then move the 1 to here. Then move her train 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because she has 6 engineers. So she'll pay the 3 coins to go in the station there. Placing token off of her certificate track. She then moves back 1 and takes $3. She can then also take an objective card. Now this is tempting because she's got the stations, but there's only 1 blue TP out, so that's going to be difficult. So I think a good compromise would be this one, needing green TPs, which goes to her discard pile, and we get a new one out, acquiring all 3 types of cattle. And that looked like a very good turn, so I'm going to follow her, but I don't think it's going to work out quite as well for my cattleman. So my engine could move 2, but I'm just going to move it 1 to go to this station here. And I'm going to remove off of my certificate track to place there, which is going to cost me $2. And I'm then going to take the station master tile, sacrificing my engineer tile, which immediately gives me $2 back and will mean I get 1 point for each worker I have at the end of the game. Then I think objectives wise, I've got quite a lot of cattle cards, so this one makes the most sense. And the new one out, 1 of each TP in a building. Rogue will then say see you later to me and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to do the move the train back first, then forward. And she's going to go back 18, so she's on 38. So that'll take her all the way back down to 20. And that'll allow her to put a token on San Francisco, which is going to come from the bottom of her certificates track. And then she can move forward 3. So she will go 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to go 1, discard a pair of West Highlands, getting me $3. Then 1 to here, and I'll pay $2 to move my engine forward to. And I get to do 2 auxiliary actions, which is going to be drawing and discarding. So Black Angus will discard a Jersey, and then a Guernsey will discard the Guernsey. And then drawing up. So another West Highland and another Jersey. But that's improved our score to 14. Then Rogue will go here, discard a pair of Guernseys, getting her $4. And she's not going to pay to remove a hazard. And 1, discard a Black Angus for $2. And let's go to the market. And with 6 cowboys and 16 money, I'm going to do 6 to buy a Longhorn, which uses up 4 of my cowboys. So I have 2 cowboys left, which means I can either buy 1 of those for free, 2 of them for 12, but I don't have enough money. So 1 of these for $3, and we'll go for the one that gives the most points. Then replacing the Black Angus, we have a Texas Longhorn. That's a nice trade, I would say. So that puts us up to 17. Then Rogue is going to go 1, 2, move her engine 1, 2, 3, pay $7 to place a token. She's not really too bothered where it comes from. It's just that it will get her 6 points. Then for auxiliary action, she's going to draw and then discard Guernsey and draw and discard a Dutch belt. And I don't have a pair to get rid of, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'll discard a Guernsey for $2, as I do have 1 of those, and go to the cattle market. And I'll use 1 of my 6 cowboys to draw 2 cards and add them to the market. So we get 2 brown swishes. This leaves me with 4 cowboys. No, it leaves me with 5 cowboys, so I think I'm going to use another one to draw 2 more cards. Holsteins. I was hoping for some 7-point Longhorns, so I'll spend $6 to get a 5-point Longhorn. Then the replacement for the discarded Guernsey, a West Highland, not so useful. And then it's Rogue's turn, and she has no choice but to go to Kansas. So she will put out a water hazard. She'll she'll put out a cowboy and a cowboy, which means we're just one visit to Kansas away from the end of the game. Rogue reveals her hand. Her herd score is 13, gaining her $13. And she doesn't have any certificates to add on. And 13 isn't enough to reach San Diego, and she's in all of these towns already, which means she's got to go into Topeka, which is going to be minus 3 points at the end of the game, and she takes a objective card, and she's going to just draw randomly off the top of the deck, and she gets one she has not completed. Frustrating for her. Refilling the foresight track, and we get a green TP, an engineer, and an engineer. So that's a lot of engineers. Then it's me, and I can't afford to go to Kansas just yet, so I'll move one to go to there, move my engine one, and do 2 auxiliary actions. And draw and discard it will be, in the hope of getting more unique cattle. So we have Texas Longhorn. No, so we'll discard the West Highland because we'll keep the higher value one. Doesn't really make any difference, but I can do it again. Black Angus, yes, unique. Okay, so that's better. So that gives us 17. Rogue's really pleased because this means she has a turn more than she expected, and she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, having to pay me $2, 5, which will allow her to take this San Francisco objective. And the new one out is a 2 stations, 2 buildings. That would have been perfect for her. She has so many stations and so many buildings. But never mind. It also means her engine will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which of course leaves me with no option but to go to Kansas. So I'll just put out green TP, engineer, engineer. Which will go there and then there, pushing the token off, which I get. And meaning Rogue will have one last turn. After we finish resolving my trip to Kansas, of course, which we've got 17, 18, 19, which will be enough for me to move this token here into San Francisco, which will cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. And Rogue is going to go, 1, 2, 3, 4. She'll move her engine back 18 spaces, which is all the way back to here, which will allow her to put a token in San Francisco. She'll then move her engine forward 3, but she's actually only going to move the 1, allowing her to pay $4 to put a token in here. And she's not going to give up a member of her crew to be the station master. So we now each pull out all the objectives that were in our decks, hands and discards, and we choose, without looking at anything else, whether or not we want to add them to the scoring. And the only one Rogue wants to add is this San Francisco one. So the others can just be ignored. I then only have the one that I could add, which I am going to. I'm fairly confident. I have so many cattle cards. Then we just add up the scores. So first we have money. Rogue had 7 coins. I had 5, 10, 15, 18. So 1 for Rogue, 3 for me. Then for buildings, we add up all the points on the buildings that we've placed on the board. So we'll start with Rogue. We've got 1, 2, 7, 16, 20 points. And just 1, 2 free for me. Then our points for cities. We've got -3, -1, so that's -4 for rogue, 2, and then 18, so 20. And for me, we got there, so 6, 14, 18, 24, 33. Then stations, I'm just in the 1, so that's 1 point. Whereas rogue, we've got 2, 8, 15, 23, 32. Then hazards, rogue didn't remove any, but I managed to remove 3, each worth 4 points, so that's 12. Then cattle, and rogue had 2, 5, 6. And I had 3, 10, 14, 20, 21, 28, 33, 38, 41, 47, 52, 57. Then for the objectives, rogue does have 2 counters in San Francisco, which will get her 10. She failed her starting objective, but there's no negative for that. She had the buildings, but no hazard. For my objectives, I had a building. Got 1 Highland, 1 value free, so that's that one. This one, 1 value 4, 1 value 5, 1 value 3. And then the same again. So we've got a 5, a 4, and a 3. Only just. So that's 13 points. Then our station masters. Only I had 1, and it gives 1 point for each worker. So we've got 6, 7, 8 points. And then our normal worker scoring, I've got 2 in these columns, which gets me 8 points. And rogue had 1, 2, 3 for 12 points. And we both got the 3 points for uncovering this space. And I got the 2 points for ending the game. Which means our end scores are rogue 104 and me 143. And that is Great Western Trail. I do hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please do check out the rest of the videos on the channel, as well as subscribing and sharing. And of course, we are also currently running a giveaway for this game. So if it is still running when you're watching this, do be sure to enter. And as always, thanks for watching and bye for now.